I just wanted to do a quick intro to my video, and as you'll see if you watch the video, I'm out and about talking to the camera, and there's people walking all around me. So I just wanted to encourage you folks, don't just sit in your house and do videos. Get out outside and do some videos while you're out walking around. Get used to talking to people or talking to a camera in front of people, and you'll get more comfortable because nobody cares. So stick around for the video. I hope you enjoy. Here's a view of downtown from Saskatchewan Drive. The city isn't too bad, especially in the summertime. That bridge here in the foreground is the Walterdale Bridge, I believe. And the black one further off in the background is the High Level Bridge. The High Level Bridge is, as I have mentioned before, over 110 years old. The Walterdale Bridge here is only maybe less than 10 years old. So here's a slight view. We'll see if we can get something better. Now this high rise here is 20 stories. And in 2011, I was hired as the safety advisor on that project. It's called the Water's Edge. And these are owned by individuals. They're apartments or condos. And it's quite interesting because I worked there for 6 months before the company itself went under because of corruption by the owner. This road here is Saskatchewan Drive, and as you see, it takes an abrupt left-hand turn on Queen Elizabeth Park Road right here, which goes all the way down, crosses the Walterdale Bridge, and goes up to downtown Edmonton. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning visitor or viewer, welcome back. Today I thought I would take you on a little tour of certain areas of my city. We'll touch on a few landmarks, a few areas of interest, and maybe I'll throw in a couple of interesting tidbits as we go along. So stick around and we'll get on with it. Here is the Ritchie Mill. It is a landmark here actually as well. It's been here for many, many years. You can tell by the design and profile of the building with the Water's Edge high-rise behind it. Interesting tidbit is my chiropractor used to have an office here where we would go, and he's since moved on to bigger, larger spaces. But this is a great little place here. And then if we pan over here again from a little higher vantage point, you can see the city, downtown core. And it's interesting to realize that there is a river down there, the North Saskatchewan River, which separates the north side from the south side. Here are some dead-end tracks that obviously are not in service anymore. But there is a caboose. CP Rail. You don't see too many cabooses anymore. This is a nice little area of the city. Come here for a picnic in the summertime. There's Saskatchewan Drive. Do we have any of my viewers that work on trains or used to work on trains? That's the coupling, how they would couple the or connect the different boxcars together with the caboose. That's quite interesting. I've had a couple of members of my family 50, 60 years ago that worked for CN Rail. Both were engineers. So now I'll take you along and we'll go see what else we can see. We'll kind of play it by ear. See how it goes. So now we're going to take a tour down here on the south side near Whyte Avenue. These are all new buildings, apartments, and condos. So really quite interesting. Over there you see a tower crane. More construction in progress. Let's go. These businesses are just off Whyte. Just south of Whyte Avenue. All kinds of new businesses. This area has really grown a lot in the last few years, and it is looking rather attractive. Wow. We'll continue. So this is Whyte Avenue. And as you can see, there still are a few buildings and businesses that are vacant for lease. So some things have died out over the years and some things continue. This building here is for lease. So if you're looking for a place to purchase or to set up shop, here would be a great place. Here's old Strathcona Cycles. They've been around for a while. Again, here are some new buildings that have sprung up over the last few years. It goes all the way down, a couple blocks actually. So it's starting to look kind of nice around here. Now this is, as I mentioned earlier, south of Whyte Avenue. Going north, it's still not the best looking areas. And now you got your street preachers down here. I guess you got your freedom of expression. And over here is your Strathcona Hotel. It has been here for about 100 years. So it's quite interesting. Now we're going to head down to a little nicer part of
Whyte Avenue. And here you've got Hudson's Canada's Pub. It's a great little pub and eatery. But as you can tell, it is kind of noisy down here. What's really interesting about this street preacher is it looks like he is a part of a group of street preachers whose, I would say, maybe leader used to be a fire captain named Dale with the city of Edmonton fire department. So that's pretty interesting. He retired early in his 50s and basically became a full-time street preacher. And every time I see him, he's on a different street corner. So that's interesting. More power to them. Yeah, I guess if they can save some souls or lead some souls to Jesus, that's what they're trying to do. So over here you got your different tapas bar. The Wee Book Inn, as you can see. And other businesses. Now I'm facing the north side of Whyte Avenue. So I guess Whyte Avenue, I guess the best way to describe it is it's kind of a cross between a hipster's paradise, and you got your people that just kind of like to come down here and they're part of the university crowd. Then you got your people that come down here to shop. It's a place to hang out. Old Strathcona. Look at that mural. Not too bad. And here you got your Princess Theatre. It's been around for many years as well. Got your Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's been, that first came out in 1975, so they're still showing it. That's pretty interesting. So over here you got your different restaurants that have opened up over the years. As you can see, a lot of East Indian food, Middle Eastern food. A lot of different businesses have come and gone, but the old buildings still remain. So Block 1912 has been around for a few years as well, and is part of the structure here. I'll go across the street and show you from the other side. Again, there is a high-rise under construction, tower crane over there. I used to do some rigging for tower cranes, and I have walked across to the end of the boom on a tower crane. So that is quite the thrill. Quite interesting. But we'll head across the street and I'll show you from the other side. So now I've crossed the street and we're on the north side. Just to show you some of the buildings. This whole area is well over 100 years old. So some of these buildings are quite architecturally pleasing, in my opinion. Another thing that's changed down here is the lighting. They've put in different traffic lights, and it can get confusing for drivers and pedestrians alike. But after a few times, you get the hang of it. And over there is another view of the high-rise under construction. So down there is the next act. It's a great little place for food and drink. And this place is called Meat. My wife and I have been to both these places. And they're quite good. We've just gone down a side street. There's so much to see and do down here, especially in the summertime. Get some bourbon, brisket, and beer. Here's a really popular place called Julio's Barrio, Mexican restaurant. In the summertime, when they block off the street, you can come down here and enjoy all kinds of food. Very popular. More businesses coming and going here. Village Goods. So here's a new building that has been sprung up over the last couple of years. And as you can see, it's got a lot of restaurants. This whole several blocks are restaurants and shopping. And as I mentioned, there are festivals here in the summertime. Edmonton is known as a festival city. So come down here, come to Edmonton, have some fun. There's a dog walker, taking some dogs for a stroll. So here is Burlington on Whyte, which is a cigar and pipe store. This is where I picked up my pipe and where I buy my tobacco. They've got a lot of good products. So everything from ashtrays to fancy humidors, all kinds of things. Here's an interesting store called When Pigs Fly. All kinds of knickknacks. So over there is another historic building. Been here for a lot of years. This building here now houses Winners. But many years ago, it had Chapters. I don't even know if Chapters exists anymore. You don't see much of it. There we go. Remedy is a nice little coffee shop. And here's another view of the high-rise under construction. And of course, you can't go anywhere without seeing a Tim Hortons. They're everywhere. And this place is called Daddy-O. Daddy-O, they've got some good food here. For some reason, it's adults only. But they've got a great oyster sandwich. So it's quite interesting. I will say though, this is not the cleanest city or the cleanest neighborhood. And right here is Continental Treat. This is Eastern European. So they've got some great Wiener Schnitzel. It's Polish. Polish for the most part, but they've got Czech beers and different things like that as well. My wife and I have been here a lot over the years. As you can see, continental treat, fine bistro. Now, an interesting little tidbit about this place is the owner. His name is Sylvester. My wife and my mother-in-law, when they owned a hair salon, he was one of their customers. My wife cut his hair many, many years. And then over here you got the Varscona Hotel. But now we're going to turn around and head back. Not much to see here. Back in the day, there used to be nightclubs down here on Whyte Avenue. I don't know if there are any around here anymore, because that is not our thing. What do you think of that? Some freaky dolls, eh? Come and get a tattoo or a piercing. I honestly can't believe how many new little restaurants and cafes have popped up over the years here. Are you a vegan or a vegetarian? They've got places for you as well here. And you got Mike's Famous. And you got your homeless folks or whatever. So that building was a former post office way back in the day. And here's another look at When Pigs Fly, Burlington on Whyte. So I find this very confusing when you've got every direction imaginable, crisscrossing, straight across. Do you folks in your countries have this kind of a intersection with crossing in every direction? I went across on it was a green light, but I guess I had a hand up and I almost got run over. I'm not used to this kind of thing. We don't have this on the north end. I don't know if I want to walk down this back alley late at night. You know, people always say other countries are dangerous, but Edmonton is not exactly known for its safest areas after dark. Many, many years ago, I think Canada had the most homicides in all of Canada. I think it was like 53 or 57 in 1 year. So, be warned. Another great little place. Tacos on Whyte. Come and get your tacos and your burritos. And if you want to rent an apartment, they have apartments for rent. I should phone them and find out what they cost. Might be quite nice, kind of industrialized, because this is an old industrial building. But being on Whyte Avenue, it's probably pricey. Here's some interesting signage of different things to come. This is the commercial hotel. It's Been around since 1912. This whole area has. So I'm standing on Whyte Avenue. I am on the south side of Whyte Avenue looking north. And if you can see way down there, those buildings way down there, that is city center. So it kind of gives you an idea how far away we are from downtown Edmonton. And as I pan over there again, the Strathcona Hotel, it actually caught fire and had substantial fire damage a few years ago and was rebuilt. But we are heading back east. All kinds of vehicles. This guy almost got hit. Gotta watch. And here's your city buses. This one's going all the way to Abbotsfield, which is a long ways from here. One thing I just realized is there used to be a store called Ocean Sports here on Whyte Avenue, and it looks like they've closed down because in 1992, it was 1995, I purchased all my gear, my scuba gear, and my training, and I became a certified PADI scuba diver. And I would come here for years and get equipment and take training. But I don't see it anymore. It's gone. Also I noticed that a lot of things have changed down here. So it's unfortunate. Now I suppose it could be that it became so successful that it moved. So I'll have to look and see if it has moved or has closed down for good. Oh, there's a place called Tiki on Whyte. Wonder how that would be, because there used to be a restaurant called the Tiki, and it was Hawaiian food. So I'm interested in this place. Wonder what that would be like. Tiki on Whyte. I'll have to remember that. And come check it out. So I'm in here. I'm going to take a look at the menu. It's a Hawaiian theme. Pretty cool. So I have a menu here. So we'll take a look at this. Tiki. If I can get a good look at it. Huh. Take a look at that. And also a drink menu. So this is an interesting place. I'll have to bring my wife, my son, and my daughter-in-law here. Very nice. They got a Tiki. It's gonna be a pretty cool place. Definitely will check it out. You know, when you get out of your car and go on foot and start walking around places, you find all kinds of interesting things. Here is a mural I never knew existed of Edmonton. It looks pretty cool, actually. It's got the Walterdale Bridge, and it has the old wastewater treatment plant, and it even has the Hotel McDonald, which is right over there, which you will
see covered in another video. And then of course straight ahead is Canada Place. Pretty cool. Great artwork. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I've shown you enough of this area. I've got a lot of other things to show you in my city. So come back more often and we will go over some other areas of the city. I want to talk to you about the famous five. These are women back in the 1920s here in Canada, and they have parks named after them now, and in some cases statues. Emily Murphy, Nellie McClung, and others. We'll touch on that in an upcoming video. So I encourage you to come back. If you've watched till the end, I appreciate it. We will go over some more historical areas, and I will do my best to let you know what they're all about. So, if you stay to the end, I appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.